Broly and a new Super Saiyan trio are here. So we are summoning. Now, they are the Dokkan Fest. Broly is the Carnival. The Carnival banner is slightly buffed on the JP side. It is really confusing if you guys have not been paying attention. New summoning animations. Okay. All right, I am tapped in. You gotta love, even if it's just like a nice little touch, you gotta love it. We got some new summoning animations. Goku was definitely not different. I wonder if they could probably replace that Broly animation with just Z Broly, right? We also have a side banner unit that is a Piccolo and Vegeta that I'm hoping we can also get a copy of. So today we're attempting to get not only a copy of Broly, not only a copy of the Super Saiyan trio here. I just called them that because I know we already have one, but then it's just quicker to say that for them too. But also a copy of Vegeta and Piccolo. I don't know that I need too much else from that because I think I've rainbowed the majority of stuff on the banners just because so much stuff has come back. And then on JP for 9th anniversary, the gammas are on the Broly banner, but I wanted to rainbow all those characters so that way, because I knew the 9th anniversary was the last time we should anyway celebrate anniversary separate. I wanted to be prepared and have my JP box have the characters rainbowed for a video where I showed off all the characters, which you guys seem to enjoy those, so I absolutely appreciate that. And what else I would appreciate is if you guys hit that like button on today's video. We are summoning with tons of Dragon Stones for the Super Saiyan. I mean, it's just basically Super Saiyan Goku, right? When he goes in standby, it's that moment that we all wanted. However, I actually do think animation-wise, and I've rewatched them since my reaction yesterday, I probably got to go with the super attacks on Gohan, Trunks, and Goku over just the Super Saiyan Goku by himself. I think that if I were to, I'm not going to necessarily tier list them, but I think if I were to choose like my favorites, I'm probably going to choose the three of them and their super attacks over the standby mechanic with the Super Saiyan Goku. All right, here we go. First up on the free summon. Can I, dude, I really don't want this to be a movie. I really don't want this to be a movie. Like no jokes, no memes, no lulls. I'll tell you guys in a second why. I mean, obviously very glaring. Oh, okay. Can he go, dude, wait, can he go all the way? Please tell me there's like another one where he goes all the way as into like legendary Super Saiyan. All right, so we went up to Broly. Did they change anything? Because back with like superhero animations and stuff, whenever we would go up to Piccolo, it would feel like we were gonna get something. And then if it went all the way to Gohan, we did. That's yo, let's lock him up. Look. If in case you guys just have not been in game or you haven't looked yet, look at this. Oh my gosh, dude. And also a shout out to Ridge for being today's sponsor and just making absolutely awesome products like this wallet that I carry literally every day. I've been using their stuff for over a year and a half now. They have tons of awesome products, but I'm actually not here to tell you about that today. Well, I mean, you can check it out, ridge.com, link in the description. But I'm here to tell you about a really cool sweepstakes that they're doing, where if you win, you can choose between a Hennessy Velociraptor, a gold-plated Cybertruck, or $100,000 cash right now, all the way through September 13th. And guys, you want to know the best part? You can enter for free. And there are actually more ways that you can also enter the sweepstakes. One of those being just going over to Ridge, and every dollar you spend gives you one entry. So you can pick up a wallet like mine or any of the other awesome Ridge products over there, and you'll get several entries just by buying a wallet, which you can do by clicking my link down below in the description of this video. And while you're over there, you can check out all the other awesome Ridge products, which they also have a Cyber Wallet or Hennessy products that look really sick and give you 4 times the entries. So to check out Ridge and the sweepstakes, you can click the link down below in the description of this video. And I want to give another massive shout out to Ridge for being an awesome sponsor here on this channel. Ridge being awesome and softening the blow of these Dragon Stones today. I absolutely appreciate sponsors like that. Ooh, 17 and 18. So you guys should definitely go over there, check it out. As always, hashtag sponsored. You guys know, said it already a few times in the video, but just to make it as clear as day, we are a little bit sponsored by Ridge. So thank you, Ridge. Thank you. Now, today, why would I want to pull them faster than any other day? It's because, dude, there's been a lot going on in my life, man. Holy. So last week, as you guys probably saw, we had Sparking Zero. That was already like a pre-booked flight. Obviously I'm not just like going to play Sparking Zero, just like I'm like, oh man, I guess Yep, nope. Today I'm gonna go out and fly. You know, today I'm gonna fly out and play some Sparking Zero. You know, obviously that was like there was Gamescom going on, sleep, everything like that. So I had a predetermined flight, but actually spent an entire day last week in the ER with my wife. I'm not gonna divulge too much on her own health info, but she's recovering from something that kind of sort of happened last week, and so I'm kind of being the solo. It does go all the way. Please tell me that is actually a featured unit. Please tell me that is a featured unit. Imagine. Please tell me that is, please. We got Piccolo earlier. It may have just been a coincidence, but we got Piccolo earlier for like Super Saiyan Broly. So now can we get something for legendary Super Saiyan Broly? Please, man. Oh, we can. Just them though, an 8er. No. Okay, so it does appear to have been brought back and actually mean something. It's not just like Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan 3. Those do seem to mean at least a little something maybe. I feel like they could have updated this a smidge. Am I crazy for thinking that? Like he could have been like topless, like, or something. I don't know. I feel like they could have like edited it for him not to have his full like gi on, or like and have it like battle damaged and like torn off. Anyway, so I instead of staying up for the banner to go live, I opted to actually wake up super early before my children get up, because I've got to like, you know, take care of them and get them where they need to be. And then the youngest is actually staying with me all day. So yeah, I can't really dilly-dally. Like I actually have like a very hard shut off of how long I can summon. And then obviously I also want to do a gameplay video, so stay tapped in. If you're not subbed to the channel, I don't even say it that much because I feel like most of you guys that watch the Dokkan content, you're subbed up. But you know, I think we might get a few new viewers in the community from this particular drop. So if you guys, it's the first time seeing my face, or maybe it's been a while since you've been back, sub up. We got Sparking Zero to look forward to. We got Project Multi to look forward to. LR Ultimate Gohan to look forward to. Still really love that release. I think he was a smidge overhated. And now that we actually have Beast Gohan, because time heals all wounds, or mostly it does. You know, I think we can all look back fondly on Fizz Ultimate Gohan and appreciate that he still probably has the singular best animation in the game. I don't think his active has been topped. I think the only characters that can top his animations in that active are literally the 7th anniversary LRs for me personally, which I think is a little bit problematic. I mean, well, okay, Broly. Like, I think there is something cleaner about the 7th anniversary gods than probably all the animations for Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Of course, the bar is high. The bar is really, really high. For the 7th anniversary LRs are like really, really, really pretty units, man. So like the bar was really high, but also I just wonder if they've hit like a, I don't know, man, almost like a plateau. Like it's really, by the way, the Super Saiyan trio has some like really cool animations, and the intro and active, and these two units that we're summoning for right now look really good. I think like it's a marginal, it's probably getting to a point of just like being more of a taste thing. Like we're not getting, you know, this is so stupid to even bring up because it's been years since we really got these, but we're not getting like the Kamehamehas, right? The sprites just doing a Kamehameha. That's really what this game used to be. And I think that's what's so interesting about seeing people semi come back to it here and there in the more recent-ish years. I say recent-ish, we've had pretty good animations since, like, I really do believe, I think the animations hit like a certain level in 2020, and it's just kind of been like a very gradual, like it was such a jump. Like 2018, we got, you know, LR Goku and Frieza. We got basically the 2018 Worldwide Talent Celebration. We wrapped that up, and then we went into the Meta Cooler that year, the AGL Meta Cooler. And I feel like we kind of sort of had like a skyrocket effect until about like 5th anniversary and the units that kind of came out surrounding that release. And then since then, it's just kind of been like just a gradual up, and like maybe like also some a little bit horizontal. And sometimes like a step back, right? You know, there are units that release and you're just like, wait, what? Like what happened here, man? Like one that comes to mind all the time for me is like Hell is Kel. Like that character's animations compared to say Topo, who was like the same time slot for her, is really weird. Like I'm like, why was Topo the same slot but looked like infinitely better than the Kel? I don't know. And sometimes it's also reference material. Like I'll see comments about some of the characters and stuff like that, and then will go watch the reference material for where the animations come from, and it looks damn near identical. Like you know, like that's just how that's how the reference animation looks. So that's how the Dokkan devs made it. So that's just kind of what kind of made sense to go with. But anyway, I love the animations for these characters. I'm not necessarily saying anything bad. I just think for me, I think animations sort of peaked around 7th anniversary. We've just kind of been getting pretty similar animation since then, you know? Anyway, so, but all this spawned because of Ultimate Gohan's active. I do still think that might be the singular best, or at least mine anyways, what I think is the singular best animation in the game. And then, but overall, I definitely enjoy like the Super Saiyan 4s or Super Saiyan Gods, or even probably like STR Cooler from Worldwide 2 years ago still had, like, his active is actually everything about that unit, like in particular, he has really just fun animations across the board. LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku from last year is probably like a top 10 of my favorite in terms of animations and stuff like that. I really just like that unit a lot. It makes me so sad that I feel like he, you know, Vegeta and Trunks, which are that same time slot that are a year older than the LR SSJ4 Goku, the LR Vegeta and Trunks also had really good animations. I still think their animations sweeped the entirety of Worldwide 2023. But that unit had such longevity, right? Like, that unit could still be dude, it's not gonna be in the movie, right? It's not gonna be in the movie, right? Let's go, dude. Oh my gosh, that is a sick SSR card art, bro. What? That is absolutely sick, man. Holy, I cannot believe how cool that looks. Dude, I am a glazer and a half of this movie. I love this movie so freaking much. This is like, for me, again, you know, besides like Metacooler, if you guys have ever heard my Metacooler story, where it's one of the movies that I grew up with and was able to watch. My second thing I got that was Dragon Ball related was this. So Metacooler and this are like pretty much how I watched Dragon Ball. And if I missed a bunch of episodes that week, I would just watch these on the weekend or something like that. So anyway, and this is one of the few movies that worked in my PS2. I don't know if you guys had the PS2 problem where it stopped reading certain discs, but mine did. And this was one of the ones that still actually worked in my PS2. It was fantastic. Anyway, dude, we got him, man. Dude, I really, but yeah, so sorry, all this also spawned because I was talking about, basically I can't just like sit around and make YouTube videos all day because I have a child to take care of, and then I have a child to pick up, and then I will take care of both of them, and then cook dinner and give them baths, and then the next thing you know, it's like 8 o'clock at night. So I literally, basically, once my children are awake, like I'm filming this obviously before they wake up, once they're awake, I cannot record or be a YouTuber again until like 13 hours later. So like, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. So I'm on a time frame. So that was great that the trio popped up. Now I would love to get a Broly without it being too terribly bad. And then we're sitting pretty damn good. My wife is mostly fine, by the way. I should probably also clarify that. I just don't want to, you know, that's her health. I don't want to divulge too much in that. If it was me, like, shoot, man, I currently have a tear in my shoulder. I have 3 miniature tears in my shoulder, so that's a good time. Actually, I'm working that. We're healing it up. It's so funny. I think it's just because it's so synonymous with Dragon Ball, like lifting and working out, that like when I'm alive, I just constantly, if somebody's like, oh wait, you lift, what's your bench press? Like, bro, I honestly, I don't even know, right? Like I lift free weights. If you guys have heard me tell the story many times, I'm very much so an advocate of free weights. I really have not done a consistent bench press in years. I mean, years, dude, like a long time, just because I do feel like injury comes less. This right now, I have the 3 tears in my, it's one in the front, 2 in the back on my labrum. Those tears are quite literally there because I was doing some actual barbell bench press, but it was on a tonal, which is different. So I can't compare real weight on a, oh, come on. I can't compare real weight on a normal bench press to what I'm doing with a tonal. If you've never seen a tonal, it's like a LeBron back thing. It's basically like one of those home gym type things. It goes on your wall, and then it uses magnets essentially to be able to get up to around 200 pounds of resistance total between, like, each arm can do about 100 pounds of resistance. So when you're doing like a bench press, obviously you're hooked up to both arms, so you can get about 200 pounds of resistance. It is a little more than 200 pounds. It's very interesting because like when I'm doing all my other movements on that machine versus going to like the gym and using free weights, like let's say I can curl like with really good form, like 35-pound dumbbells in the gym. On this thing, I can probably do like 25 to 28. Like it is it genuinely, it's very interesting. Like it is not a 1-to-1 weight ratio. So 200 pounds on bench press is probably closer to like a 245 or something like that for someone. Anyway, so I guess I did do some bench press on that because I've been doing some stuff with the barbell. But when I'm actually in a gym with actual weights, I'm using free weights because it just, you're not so locked in. And like, you know, with a bar, not saying there's, I mean, we've been using bars for years, but I just think I'm not trying to be stage prep ready or anything like that. So I'm more concerned about just like my mobility and making sure that I'm able to take care of my kids and still, I don't know, go outside and play like baseball with them or whatever it might be. Like I don't want to get hurt, which I'm now dealing with, which I'm going like through PT and I got a shot for it and stuff like that. And it's getting way better. But I'm not back into the gym. But yeah, it's just so funny. Like anytime lifting like comes up, someone goes, well, how much can you bench? And who knows, man? Because back when I was in the gym, like and not using the tonal primarily, like I genuinely just did. That's sick. That is sick. Wait a second. Can I get a Broly for that, man? That would be really, really nice and really symbolic. It's probably why it won't happen, huh, Dokkan? Oh my gosh, wow, that was actually really cool. Does that mean anything or is that literally just replacing our screen crack? Okay, yeah, nope, it just replaced a normal ass screen crack. I feel like you should save, like that should only happen if I'm at least getting an LR. Why did I get that for an AGL Caulifla and an AGL Super Saiyan Goku? That's like, are those kind of like matching units? Or is the Caulifla from U6 versus U7? I actually don't remember. Because the Super Saiyan God Goku is a TOP God Goku, right? I think. That sounds right to me. Actually, yeah, because when he awakened, they made him a TOP, I think. Damn, that unit's old. It is crazy. Like, this game is getting so old. Like, we really are approaching 10 years. I mean, the units themselves are so old. People are like, how do you not remember that one? Bro, it's been a decade, man. Okay, I don't even hardly remember what I did last, like, Monday, let alone, like, remembering all these different kits and all these different units, bro. Especially these days when, like, the last, like, 3 to 4 years, units have just been getting, like, the passives that just went da-da-da-da-da-da. So trying to remember everything. Dude, there must be a lot of people playing this game. This is crazy. Shout out 1997. Anyway, so that's you know, I don't care to talk about my own injuries. I don't think I actually, so 3 tears, I don't think they all happened at the same time. I'm presuming that the front one though probably happened from recent-ish. I've been having this issue since like April, March, but I'm presuming that the front one happened then and it was like a tear from there, and then I went under an MRI, which then was just able to, like, you know, get a bunch of, you know, data about my shoulder, and they spotted like some really tiny tears, but I'm guessing it's probably all 3 of them together. I don't think that all 3 tears happened at the exact same time. I am betting that one of them happened probably a little bit bigger than the other 2, and it then emphasized the fact that I had the 2 tears on the back and the 1 tear on the front. And so I mean, at least that's my headcanon, is that like probably you know what I mean, like if you went under like an MRI and you got an MRI on like all your different muscles, especially if you lift consistently, I would almost guarantee that there's one right now that maybe isn't really giving you that much trouble, or maybe no trouble at all. Let's go, dude. There he is. That art is awesome, dude. Surely you like the video for that, right? Come on, man. Come on. That is so sick. Holy. I am. Wow. Wow. With the really awesome like background art too, man. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. All right. Well, we must continue on because guess what? We want to get 2,500 coins because for the first time in the history of the game, they are letting us pick up the units with pity. For the first time in the history of the game. No, the rebrand banner and those not random, but those gold coin banners do not count, because I definitely was one of the people that did not believe they would really ever do this, and they finally did. Now, do I think that 2,500 coins is a little excessive? Yes, but presuming that they allow us to exchange these units that we've pulled, which does require you to have the units rainbowed, by the way. I mean, if you've been a long-time player like me, or probably like some of you guys watching, it's fine, but if you're even remotely new, you're not sitting on a ton of these units at Super Tech 10 and all 4 paths open and able to rainbow them, and maybe even lacking on the orbs to even rainbow them. Like maybe you have all their paths open, you have them Super Tech 10, but you just don't have enough orbs, you know, for the attribute system to even rainbow them. I mean, if you're a long-time player, it's a pretty damn good system, because more than likely I can probably spend a lot less than 2,500 stones, because there's a lot of units we've pulled, like this guy who's, you know, fairly high profile unit. He's only about a year and a half old, Carnival LR, but I can go ahead and bobby him, and will most definitely bobby him, to get the coins easier and faster and be able to exchange them. Because I think if I understood it correctly, so you can exchange the coins back and forth. They can be used for either the Carnival LR or the Dokkan Fest. And I also think the same coins are going to be used for the Part 2 units as well. So like if something happens here in a second and I have a quick crazy turnaround and I can get like 79% Broly and 79% SSJ Trio here, then I could save all the coins and use them in Part 2. So they are a new coin. They are, from what I understand, only usable on this particular celebration, and they will probably, or I think they will turn into just regular coins after the fact. Kind of like if you have done any summons on a gold coin banner since we've had pity, those coins are only good for that specific banner, and then once that banner goes away, then they can be turned into just regular gold coins. And so I'm guessing that, or not guessing, but if I understand it correctly, I've not went to go look at the system, that is what's going to happen with these guys. So I will say that the system is really good for more long-term players and wells for sure, because if you don't have this is crazy, because if you're not sitting on just a ton of units ready to be bobbed, then you have to spend tons of actual dragon stones to be able to do the pity for this. However, if you're sitting on a box with a ton of rainbow units and all these characters you're pulling are just bonus coins to feed into the system, then it's not nearly as bad. But I don't know. Again, unless the summons go super crazy, what I would really like to be able to do, I doubt I have enough SSRs to do this. What I would like to do is be able to, once we're done with the stones that we have, get dupes in both of my units, and then both units are at least have bottom right paths open, bare minimum, and I can sort of feel good about how my summons went. I mean, I hope that I get a copy of each of these once more in this video. Like that's definitely the ultimate goal here, is to walk away with a 79% of each. And it would be really cool if I could walk away and just be sitting on coins ready for Part 2 and having 79% on both before all these are said and done. But that might be a bit of a tall order, but right now I will take it as a win to be sitting right at about 1,000 stones in, and we have a copy of all 3 of the units. That's a win and a half for me for sure, because as I guys told you, I have a time limit, and on top of that, I really wasn't trying to buy any more dragon stones. I fortunately have been being pretty good, a pretty budget spender. I only went for 55% on Roshi. I did not try to rainbow the LR Tech UI. I didn't even try to rainbow Cell Max. So I was actually sitting on 11 or 1,200 coins. It was in between there. It wasn't quite 1,200. It wasn't quite 1,100. But anyway, and so then I bought all the cell stones. And so like going into the worldwide with over 1,000 stones, and then be able to just buy the cell stones, and then now we have all 3. You know, other than doing some collab summons potentially, whatever happens with these stones that you see on your screen, that's probably it for me. Like I'm probably gonna go ahead and call it a day, because I don't know, maybe I'll use them first before I decide on which one that I want to maybe spend the coins on, because you know, 27 or 800 dragon stones, I don't think we pull enough SSRs to be able to get a copy of each from that. You know, I don't know. We actually have, matter of fact, now, yeah, I just want to pull a bunch of SSRs. So, yeah, thinking about it, yeah, man, I want to get a lot of SSRs so I can just feed them in and get my coins, man. Like Broly right there. Why? What? Dude, come on, man. Really? That could have been double new Broly. Although that is DVS Broly, which is the new Broly, and Z Broly is the old Broly. But in this case, Z Broly is the new Broly, and that DVS Broly is actually the old Broly. You get it? Oh man. All right, so a little late to probably talk about this into the video, but you know what, if you watch this far and you leave comments about asking about Dokkan stuff, then I would presume that you also maybe care to hear this. But I've had a few comments like asking, no summons on this, no summons on that. And if you're curious about my global summons on some of these banners, dude, them dropping so many banners like so fast and subsequently just really like turned me off from wanting to make summoning videos on those characters, especially when I just literally summoned for them on the JP side. And I kind of sort of like, I will continue to play global, but I don't know that I'm gonna dump too many like actual like real world resources into it, like dump money into it. My global account is my oldest account. It's how I started playing the game, and realistically speaking, how we are here today. But, you know, as time went on and years and years and years of spending way more, you know, money, time, and resources into JP, my JP account just has a lot more resources available to it. Like the fact that so many of these characters we pulled, if not all the characters we pulled, are rainbowed. And if they're not rainbowed, and Diddy and Truth always give me like a hard time about this, but I can go rainbow them. I just maybe haven't rainbowed them because I'm stingy on resources. So like it definitely takes like me doing randomizer, because some of these old units, man, I'm not trying to feed like rainbow orbs into them, because even if they easy, I'm probably not using them. Like sometimes you just don't care. Sometimes you do it for box completion, and then that's what it is, you know. Like some of these older units, like that Goten right there, I have them rainbowed, but that's a good example of a unit that I just don't really care that much about. I don't know, like GT Goten, I don't know. He's not a character I care that much about. Like this is one of those games where we really do have it. Like Sparking Zero has everyone. No, Dokkan Battle has everyone. You know what I mean? Like Dokkan has quite literally everyone. I don't know, other than maybe Legends. Let's go. If we will ever see a game with a more complete roster than Dokkan Battle. Everyone is here. So it's okay if I don't really care about a couple characters or two. And so, cool, man. Cool. So like, I just have some characters that, yes, they have all paths open. Yes, they're SA10, but maybe I just don't really feel like feeding in the orbs, you know? Like I'm like, well, I'm a little stingy today, man. And then if a randomizer happens and I need to run one on a team, then that's fine, you know? Or one does get an easy A and I'm like, you know what? Sure, I'll try it. Then I rainbow them like 5 years later. Sure. But anyway, I have the resources though if I needed to rainbow them. And I do on global as well, but I've just spent so many more stones on my JP side. Like I've spent so many more stones on my JP side. So I'm sitting on infinitely more red coins, infinitely more yellow coins, carnival coins, blue coins, like you name it. The JP side just has way more resources. And so I'm kind of just focusing more on it now. I think that's just the play. I don't know. I could change my mind. I could get on a lucky streak and get a bunch of good stuff with free stones on global and be like, you know what? I do enjoy having the faster connection to the server and being able to read the game. You know, that could happen. So I'm going to be a little like fluid for a bit, but in terms of wanting to summon for the 9th anniversary units, which I did do immediately into Tech UI, immediately into Sumax, like I immediately into Topo, like I just did not feel like doing that, you know? So someone's like, he's not going to summon for Cell Max. I mean, yeah, I summoned for Cell Max. There's a live stream on this channel right now of me summoning for Cell Max just 2 months ago on the JP side. There you go. Like, you know what I mean? And also, by the way, really crazy to like comment that. And I know I make a lot of content in these games and I appreciate you guys watching, but like, it is insane to just assume someone's going to come on to one of these gacha games and just drop like hundreds or in some cases thousands of dollars just because why not? You know, like, I don't know, like these games are really expensive. Staying free to play in these games is one of the smartest things that you can do, or being just like light spenders when you want to buy like some cell stones or some, especially as a global player, the peel off trove pack stuff is really, really good. You know, stuff like that. That makes sense. Buying like the keys, I don't know. I see nothing wrong. I mean, this is, of course you're gonna think this for me, but I really don't go that crazy on games that I don't make content for, which I think is like the smart play in my opinion, because like you can really get sucked down a rabbit hole with these gacha games. But you know, I always have this conversation with friends, especially on other games, because so many games explore these free-to-play models. But if you are playing a game and it has got your attention, like let's say like Fortnite, like I don't mind buying skins on Fortnite, and Dino Rhymestyle will sometimes give me like a hard time about it, but he didn't realize I'm actually putting like hours into Fortnite, right? Like I maxed out my battle pass last battle pass just by playing the game, and he thought that I like paid for it, and I didn't. I ended up finishing out some levels because I got to like level 138 on the battle pass, and I was like, I went this far, I kind of want to just finish it out and get the variants for my skins. Like, it's like, you know, because I hadn't even bought my boost yet, so I still had like the super cheap like 25 levels, and then you finish it out. It really wasn't that many levels, and that game was taking up so much of my potential gaming time that I had, and also it runs on mobile, so I can literally play on this. Like, it's on Android, and I was playing a lot of Lego Fortnite with my son as well. And so like when you put a lot of hours into a game and it's kind of low-key taking your time away from games that you would normally buy, I see nothing wrong with spending some money here and there, right? Like if you play Dokkan every single day, and Dokkan is like, you're playing Dokkan more than you're playing, I don't know, I'll use World of Warcraft as just a random example. Like what is wrong? If you have the means and you have the expendable, you know, income, what is wrong with throwing a few bones into a game that is taking up that much of your time and attention and you're enjoying it that much? But then you never want to go on the opposite side of that spectrum where you're like literally dropping in your entire paycheck. That's when it's a problem. And that's when it's probably time to like delete the game, you know? But anyway, but usually the conversation for a lot of my friends is on the opposite side of that, because they don't want to support really too much at all. They don't want to like, not that they don't want to support the free-to-play game, but they just don't want to like even dive into that even a little bit, right? Because they're not really gacha gamers, and like, again, there's just so many fairly good games that came out that are just free to play. That's just the business model. It's kind of the situation with Concord right now, the PlayStation first party game, where Concord is a hero shooter that came out and asks $40 of you, and a lot of hero shooters have moved to the free to play model. But realistically speaking, and I can appreciate what they were doing, is they were saying, here's our game, fully fledged, all the characters, no battle passes, $40, you have access to everything. Realistically speaking, you're probably going to spend way less money just buying the $40 hero shooter from PlayStation than you ever would, way less than you ever would in one of the free-to-play games, because like free-to-play games are going to get you with their skins. Like eventually they're going to make that skin, they're going to have that collab with that one thing that you absolutely love, and you're gonna be, damn it, and it's gonna be like a $30 skin with like a $10 thing over here, and you're like, shit, I just spent $40 for one character, whereas you could have bought an entire game for $40. So like, and I definitely, there's a balance there, but that game is a really good example of essentially like, sorry, let me not that game, but when you're so deep into a free-to-play game and it is really good gameplay and it is a really good game, like there's, I don't know, I don't see anything wrong. And Fortnite is my best example. I see nothing wrong with buying a skin or two here or boosting your battle pass if you made it to like level 140 without using the come on, man, the discounted 25 levels, and you're just like, okay, I want to finish this out. I personally see nothing wrong with that. So like, that's kind of, I think the example of that in this game specifically is like Pilaf Trove, where you're getting the tickets that are fairly high value with the orbs and the other really good like in-game like goodies. I see nothing wrong with throwing a few of those, you know, onto the account and then calling it a day. But anyway, man, Concord is such an interesting one, which Concord has unfortunately like garnered a lot of other conversations around that game. Oh my gosh, dude, let's go. I could just buy one more and be 79%. Okay, I'm hopping off the banner. We're hopping off the banner. Let's go, dude. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, my boy Broly came home, man. Third form Frieza. No one cares about you, bro. I'm sorry, you're my least favorite form. What's y'all's favorite form of Frieza? I think mine's got, I didn't lock him up, but it's fine. We'll feed him in soon, hopefully. I think my favorite form of Frieza, besides of course just like final form, because like, final form is just, I don't know. I feel like people always love first and final, so I guess there really isn't like too many forms. But I like second, man. I think second is like such a dope ass looking form, dude. He looks so cool in second. I actually remember I was so excited to get a second form Frieza action figure when I was a kid. I still have it. I showed it off on a Key Moments thing recently, my podcast with Dada Doya. But anyway, Concord is such an interesting one because it really is. I think I played it. I haven't played it since official release because, well, if you guys paid attention earlier, I had traveled and ER and taking care of children. Like, I just haven't had time to play Concord literally at all. Plus, any free time I have or any time at all, I'm pretty much putting into Project Multi, the new Dragon Ball game. I'll probably talk about that in a sec too. But Concord is such an interesting one because I love that they were like, hey, we're just gonna charge $40 and you get the entire game. We're not asking you to like then get in and give us more premium currency for a battle pass. We're not going to do battle passes. I think they are doing seasons. Like they're definitely, you know, it's still a live service type game. But I think it's such an interesting thing because the market has shifted so much that people don't like the idea of giving them $40 for a hero shooter. Yeah! Let's go! Dude! Let's go, dude. Oh my gosh, that is 69% on the Goku, Trunks, and Gohan. Oh man. Anyways, if you guys haven't been keeping up with the Steam charts of Concord, that game is DOA on PC. It is insane. The most it was able to get, I think, was like 700 concurrent players. I really hate to see it because I did play that game. And the biggest negative, which is probably one of the biggest negatives you could possibly have on a hero shooter, are that none of the heroes were interesting. None of the heroes were interesting to me. I didn't really care for too many of the designs, and they just, I don't know, man. I don't know what their approach with that game was. I guess that game had to die so that Helldivers could run. I guess Sony couldn't have two major like live service W's in the same like year span. But what I will say about that game that will be super overshadowed is that game feels really good. Like I think if they would have given that, okay, cool. I think if they would take what is the underlying really good gunplay, like super good, like the game feels great. The gameplay feels so good, so buttery smooth. Like aesthetically, it is a very pretty game. Like it looks really good and it runs really good on PlayStation. So like, by all means, is it a bad game? No. I think it's just plagued by some really, really bad choices. I mark my words on this. I think in 6 months to maybe a year, that game is free to play. Maybe even faster. We just can't see what the reception is on PlayStation. And I definitely think a lot of the people I'm seeing talk about this game right now are really downplaying just how many console gamers there are. How many people just like to be able to boot up. Like, I'm happy to see a lot of people getting PCs. I've been a PC gamer for literally forever. I was like that kid with a Best Buy PC, borrowing my friend's copy of Crysis and playing it at like 10 frames per second. Okay, like I've been a PC gamer since like RuneScape and Guild Wars 1, and like potentially before some of you guys were even born watching this video right now. You know what I mean? I've been someone on a PC playing Command and Conquer, playing StarCraft, playing like all the, you know what I mean? Like I've always loved playing on my PC. But listen, bro, you know, two kings can coexist. You know, it's like console still has its place, and like for me as someone with, you know, pretty ballin' computer and stuff like that, like I still love playing on my console. You know, I have a fairly good like surround sound system, and there are still some issues with NVIDIA's drivers and outputting through HDMI. I'm an NVIDIA guy. I use AMD CPUs. I'm not big on AMD graphics cards, but nothing wrong with them. But anyway, NVIDIA's drivers do not play super well with HDMI audio output if your setup is even remotely like intricate at all. And so there's the audio delay on PC gaming on a TV. Well, guess what? There's not audio delay on for me with my PS5 or my Series X. So I just play, like, if I'm on a TV, which I still value a TV setup a ton, because being able to just get back from your monitor, get back. And I think a little bit for me too is because sitting at this desk kind of means a little bit of working, and sometimes like I just want to play some Cyberpunk at my TV and not think about work for a second. But that's more of a me thing. That's not really a y'all thing. But anyway, and so I still like being able to go and just sit down on the console and everything just works. And I'm not troubleshooting audio issues and why there's a delay between when Geralt swings his sword on the screen and then when I hear it. You know what I mean? Like I've tried it, and I tried tons of different things, and I'm almost be like, my job before doing YouTube was literally like a service desk type job. So it was all about troubleshooting, creating tickets, and figuring out what is causing someone's problem. So like that's just kind of like ingrained in me, and I loved that job a ton, and I did it for 4 or 5 years. But so I can't help myself sometimes. I want to know the why about why something is broken, and I finally found out the why, but I could not get it, could not fix it. Again, probably not an issue if you're just running like sound out of like your actual TV, but if you're going to a sound bar or going to an actual audio interface of any kind, that's when the delay happens. And it may even happen even without all that too, because apparently like once you search up like NVIDIA home theater audio delay or home like TV audio delay, you'll find tons and tons of threads about that. So that is very much so a thing. So that's just like a good example of consoles still have their place, and people still love to sit down on their couch and play on a TV and not sit at a desk all the time that they play. So I think that we don't know the full story on Concord. That's how we got off on all this. I don't know that we still know the full story on Concord and how many players are playing on PlayStation. My best guess though is not enough for the fact that they, if you guys don't know the story behind it, Sony actually acquired the studio. I think they're called Firewalk Studio. I guess whatever they saw back forever ago when they bought them was good enough for them to go, damn, okay, we want them under our live service belt, because Sony is apparently having a shift to try to do more live service games. But I'm wondering if after the reception of Concord, they're like, damn, if this would have just been a God of War or Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter or Little Big Planet or damn near anything else, we would have way higher numbers. And who knows what'll happen from there. All right, anyway, enough Concord talk. I think that game is going to get super downplayed, and I think that underneath everything is actually a really, really good game. It'd be interesting to see if they're able to pivot, or maybe they'll get a second chance in another game. It'll be a lot of what is the back end of Concord, but it'll be with a different coat of paint, and it'll be received a lot better, and it will do really well. So listen, no hate to the devs that made that game, because I'm literally sitting here trying to praise what was there. I just think that the character choices in a hero shooter really held that game back, and other characters look super interesting. But let's talk about Project Multi. Dude, if you guys haven't tried this game out, which granted I know some of you probably can't because it's not available in all the countries, it's only available in very limited time, because it is a by all means, am I treating it like it's a basically new game release? Yes, but it is still a beta. And so like, but for a beta, isn't it not damn good, bro? It has me in a lock. I want to say, let's look. I'll do this live right now with you guys. Let's look to see how many hours does one Nanogenix have in Project Multi currently. So not including the hours I have put in on Project Multi on this device, because I've played a lot on this. This with a backbone is so good, because like, you guys can tell like the Dokkan is a little bit bigger right now. Obviously Dokkan is like an older app, so I could have it fill, but then the assets are real weird, so I have it confined to this. Shout out to one of you guys for commenting, let me know I could do that to make it not be kind of weird and too stretched. But imagine a game that can actually fill the entire screen on this device. It is such a dope ass experience. I cannot believe that this game came out. It's in a beta. So Project Multi, it is a MOBA, which has turned some people away, I think, when they hear that, but I wouldn't turn away from that. I think you should give this a chance. I think it is one of the like most unique, no, it is not like Unite experiences of a MOBA I've ever had, and it is so Dragon Ball. It is so sick. It's in beta from now until like next, I think Monday. Basically, you can play it on iOS, you can play it on Android. No, this is not, I'm realizing it sounds like an ad. No, this is not an ad. I really like the game. And then it's also on Steam, and it has full controller support. So you better believe, speaking of consoles, I imagine that this game will release on consoles at some point. And I think that they would be crazy to not drop this game on consoles, because it actually feels so good on control. It almost feels as good on controller as it does on PC and like with keyboard and mouse. Like in some of the characters, because they really do play very different. The characters play very different. Even just the ones we have access to in the beta, which is only 9, I think. They play different enough that there are some characters that I think are way more suited to just using a controller and just abandoning keyboard and mouse. That's like, it's so good, but it's the same experience on mobile as it is on PC. Obviously, you can make it look better on PC because, you know, you run in high settings and 4K and all of that, and it looks freaking buttery smooth and really good. And these are some of the best models, by the way, that I've ever seen in a Dragon Ball game ever. Like, we're talking not quite fighters, but like pretty damn close, man. Like I can't believe how good this game looks for the fact that it's a MOBA. But anyway, I looked at it. So not including my hours on mobile, this game has only been out since last Tuesday. And you guys heard how chaotic I said my life has been, which it has been really chaotic. I still managed to put 30 hours into this game. I'm like literally saying, what sleep sometimes? Because I just want to play Project Multi. Oh man, I got to take my kids, you know, to where they need to be in like 5 hours. I can get one more match in. Like, dude, I can't hold you guys. I can't stop playing this game. This game is so much fun. Now, granted, you know, let me be fully transparent. You guys can't really see them, but these are a bunch of League of Legends characters back here. We got Earth, we have Riven, we have Thresh, we have Tristana. Who's my other? Did I get a Vi? Surely, yeah, there's a Vi back there. You know, and these characters have been back here since I've been in the setup. They were behind me in the other setup. I actually have an unboxing, I think, on this channel of some of these characters that I'm pointing at here. If you go super far back to my super old videos, I have like posters of Darius, Jace, and Vi in the background of my of my like setup in like 2016 and stuff. So you know, I've played League from 2012. I started doing YouTube in 2016. That League sort of had to take a back burner spot, just trying to adjust to having a full-time job and doing YouTube. I wasn't really able to juggle all the things. So my love-hate relationship of League had to die down a little bit once I started doing YouTube, but you know, it was a fair trade to me, to be honest. But anyways, I do have a bit of a MOBA background. Also played a little bit of Paragon, which is now back, called Predecessor. It's pretty cool. I want to try that out. But sorry, Predecessor, my heart only has room for one MOBA at a time, and currently it is Dragon Ball Project Multi, which will unfortunately be going away from me in just a few days, and I'm very sad about it, and I don't want it to happen. But no, this game is really good. I'm super impressed with how well they're able to obviously still be a MOBA, but also like it feels Dragon Ball as hell. Like I've had so many Dragon Ball as hell moments. I can't even, it's hard to even explain how cool some of the moments have been with this game. If you're not familiar with what the MOBA is, that stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It was originally developed as a mod of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, but what World of Warcraft was based on is like Warcraft, like top-down strategy game. And they made a mod of that called Dota, and that's how we're here today. But it is a top-down. You can control again with a controller. The touchscreen controls actually work really well. Dada was put in quite a few hours just using literally touchscreen controls. So, and he vouches for it. I mean, Dada's a gamer, bro. He likes having a controller in hand. So if he's gassing up touchscreen controls, then they must be pretty damn good. And I've used them too. I mean, let me not downplay that as well. But if I have the backbone on hand, I'm using the backbone. You know, the backbone's just literally a controller that you can plug up to your phone. But anyway, it works really well on that. It looks really great on mobile too. Obviously, it looks way better on PC, but it does still look really good on mobile. But anyway, it's a top-down game, but they are really good about getting you down into the lane and being very stylistic. Like when you do some of their moves, you do an ultimate, like Cooler drops the Supernova, like it does a whole thing. The Supernova looks sick. And then when you can do finishers on people, which is kind of, let me not act like I played every MOBA ever, so I don't know if MOBAs have done this before, but I've personally never seen this in MOBA, but it will actually go down into lane and you will literally do a finisher of like knocking someone out. And they even have like, as far as gacha goes, since we were talking about gacha earlier, typically MOBAs really sort of get their money. They're usually free and they get their money through cosmetics. And so that appears to be what this game is doing too. You can unlock the characters just by playing, which is, you can't put money into this because it's a beta right now, because it is just like a free to play game. And like the cosmetics that we've seen are finishers. So like, for example, Goku, instead of being like his punch that he does, you can actually finish someone off by doing U full. So every time you finish someone in a match, if you're able to pull the U full finisher, you can actually do U full on them every time you finish them. Other cosmetics are obviously just literally changing costumes. So I managed to pull a legendary costume for Vegeta, which is like Batman, which is really, really, really cool. Obviously Batman's super basic. I hope, you know, a game where you can just buy the characters and you're not summoning for the characters, just you can buy them outright with either in-game currency or premium currency once the game actually releases. I would hope that if they're being reliant on cosmetics making them money, eventually we will see some actually really, really cool cosmetics. Nothing against like Badman Vegeta or like going to the driving class like Piccolo, those are Post Boy Piccolo, those are really cool cosmetics, but those are kind of sort of like bottom of the barrel, you know, like that's like not bottom of the barrel, that's a bad way to say it, but those are sort of like the barrier to entry is how I would say that. Like, okay, you're doing cosmetics for a Dragon Ball game, those are so obvious, you know, like those are like just the barrier of entry to even be able to do cosmetics for a Dragon Ball game. Oh, you did Badman Vegeta, okay, yeah, makes sense, man. That's the alt costume pretty much any other time for Vegeta to give him like a unique look. So I do hope that game eventually does get some really, really cool cosmetics, but cosmetics like being able to finish people off with you full is very, very cool. Like, very cool. And Vegeta has one, and Piccolo has, or not Piccolo doesn't have one. Piccolo has a cool entrance. Piccolo does not have one, but Zamasu has one, and Majin Buu have one. But anyway, it's a top-down 4v4, so you are facing off against real players. It's a multiplayer game, and it's just good. I don't like. And the other thing too is, you know, talking about the models being super high quality, but once you play the game and you really just start looking around and you're just seeing everything that's going on with the game, you can tell there's actually a lot of love that's been put in this. It does not feel like something, I mean, it still does have, I guess, like, it still has a gacha element for sure. You can, like, once the game comes out, you will be able to put money into it to try to get cool cosmetics. But I guess, like, it doesn't feel as egregious as, like, this or Legends, where you have to spend money to get the characters. Like, literally, you can maybe get lucky with free-to-play stones, but, like, in this game, there's no worry about getting lucky. You can just just play the game and unlock the characters, you know, like, well, at least right now. For now, like, that's how, and that's pretty much how any MOBA works. If you've never played a MOBA, that's typically how they work, and fortunately that is kind of the like bar that has been set for MOBAs, which is a very fortunate thing, because I wouldn't want to have to summon for characters in a MOBA. Now there, you know, have been other MOBAs that have gotchified the cosmetics, and once you play and you're putting all these hours in these games, you want to look unique when you're in game, and I can totally respect that. I always say League was the thing that really like sort of like popped my gotcha cherry, sort of, because, you know, and then Dokkan like fully did it, but League was the first time that I really spent money on a free-to-play game. And it was that same thing we were just talking about. I was putting so many hours and playing with my friends. Like every night we were doing like 5 stacks. Sometimes we had enough people that we'd literally do like customs and face off against each other, because there's that many people at the time playing League in my group. But we put so many hours in that game, and I was literally not playing any other game, so why wouldn't I buy some skins to look cool as my favorite characters in that game, you know? And so that was the first time that I really spent money on a free-to-play game. But I'm glad that they sort of set the standard, where I feel like they kind of helped set the standard of what MOBAs are. And it's like, hey, these characters, they're going to be, you can earn them. You can buy them if you want to, you know, you can spend money on them. You can, and you can do that in Project Multi too. Again, when the game comes out, you can't put any money into the beta because your account will go away when it's gone. But, you know, we're kind of getting an idea of how the game will work. You can spend money to unlock the characters faster, but for the most part, you can just play the game and unlock the characters, and that's it. Like straight up, just do that, bada bing, bada boom, and you will unlock characters as you play. And so putting in 30 hours, I'm only 2 characters. Well, it's probably close to about 35 if you include what I put in mobile. Maybe approaching 40. I don't know if I'd be quite to 40. Actually, your Samsung keeps track. I could definitely look and see. But anyway, I am only missing 2 characters from the characters that were available in the beta. I'm only 2 characters away from having every character available to me in the beta from obviously just completely free means. So I don't know, dude. I've yapped enough about it, but I want this game to be successful, because I haven't been this addicted to a game in a long time. Like, I can't believe how good it is. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. And like, it kind of makes me sad seeing some of my friends not giving it a chance because it is a MOBA, when I've seen them play pretty much anything else that just has the Dragon Ball IP on it. And I'm like, nah, man, if there was ever a game that you were going to give a chance just simply because it had the Dragon Ball IP attached, I think this is the one. Like, I really do. I think again, if you've had a bad experience with MOBA, or you just don't think like MOBA is your thing, I think you got to give this a chance first. Like, I can't. And also, I know some of my friends haven't because they know they don't want to play because they're reset, and I totally respect that too. But when this game actually comes out, which it probably won't be until next year, I would say all you guys got to try it out. I mean, it's free. There's nothing really holding you back except for just pressing that download button on your iPhone or your Android phone or on Steam. Like that's it. And again, hopefully, I really do. I hope this game has a console release. Like I feel like it has to have a console release. All right, we got to see how many coins we got. Let's see if we can buy a character. You know what? We'll just see how many coins I've got. I don't necessarily want to buy them in this video because I want to use the characters first and determine if I want to, right? Because we at least have them both at 69%. We walked. Again, would I like them to be like one more dupe in? Sure, but am I going to complain about having them at 69%? No, dude. No, not at all. All right, so from summons and from all the stuff that I was able to just baba, we're getting 150 more of these coins. Wow. And then 141 more of the Dokkan Fest. And again, you can swap these back and forth. So I technically do. These could all be rainbowed for sure. I can rainbow all these characters, but I just haven't yet. Here you can see we need 500 and then we can exchange between the two. So I technically do have enough to either get one or the other. But I'm also not realizing I'm actually pretty close. So I am going to be doing some duels. That kind of slipped my mind. I'm going to be doing some duels. So I will be able to probably buy each of these after I'm able to baba like characters and just doing the raw more summon. So anyways, thank you, Ridge, for sponsoring today's video. You can check out the giveaway by clicking the link down below in the description. We're saying yes for sponsoring the video. And if you're looking for more Dokkan content, just click right there. I'll see you over there in that one. Bye.